una empresa que nació familiar.
It is a family business that was born trying to help the environment. We are in the process of organic certification to give a good taste to all coffee drinkers, good coffee drinkers.
Aquí se va a hacer la parte de lo que es el tostado, la pilada.
Where we are at the moment is where the roasting is done. Stacking, selection, ventilation, roasting and cooling. It is a totally natural process. It is something that, as you will see, the machines are not industrial.
Se coge solamente café maduro. Es un café arábico.
Only ripe coffee is harvested. It is an Arabica coffee of the Venecia variety.
Me siento muy orgulloso porque tengo clientes.
I feel very proud because I have very demanding clients, especially Italians and Americans, where they say that for them it is the best coffee because of the taste, the quality, the body, the aroma. Making a coffee that is environmentally friendly and dried naturally, which makes it a gourmet coffee, it is a very good cup.
Digamos, ahorita aquí, esto del tamaño.
Let's say right now here, the size, it is a premium coffee. A coffee that is about 20 in size, and we are going for categories, and this is a very even bean, so that it does not have the husk, so that it is only coffee. When the bean is small, it is selected in the same way, so that it is first. Let's say it goes for first, second and third, but the idea of producing a coffee first. Now from here, we are going to throw it into the bucket to move on to the roasting part.
Vamos a meterle leña para encandilarlo.
Let's put firewood in it to dazzle it.
Ahorita este juego va a alzar y por medio de esta tapa que está aquí, como son unos 20 minutos dependiendo de la temperatura del juego.
Now that the fire is going randomly through this lid that is here, in about 20 minutes, depending on the temperature, the fire and the quantity we open, and there you can see when the coffee is ready. We will see if it is light, medium or dark. We are going to do the process, and in a little while you will see how the color of the coffee changes. And after it is roasted, we pass the platform and it cools down, and we proceed to grind it to consume it. So this is a heating process, and this is going to start the fire well. It is giving it movement. It has some plates inside that make the coffee move in a process that does not remain stagnant.
Vamos a revisar a ver cómo se va viendo. Ahí está todavía un color muy claro, apenas se está calentando. Es artesanal. ¿Qué quiere? Bueno, ya el tarro se va calentando como se había puesto, bueno, se había enfriado mucho, entonces está ya volviendo a...
Let's check to see how it is looking. There is so much in very light color, as soon as it is warmed up. Well, now the jar is heating up. As it is cooled down a lot, it is coming back to temperature. In about 5 minutes, we are going to see the next step, how the color of the coffee is getting. This is totally rustic. There is nothing industrial here. This is artisanal. Let's see again. It is starting to look a little golden, but it still needs to be roasted as we want. But we can see that little by little the color is changing.
Yo muy afuera, Arturo. Ahí, dale. Quítamelo, Arturo, ya. Pongo con la camarita ahí en la esquina. Ese es un tueste medio, así. Al ojo.
I'm way out there. Careful with the camera. The roasting is medium, so to the eye there is not this one. To say that as a computerized system, for there they put it. If you see the size of this, it is a fairly coarse standard roasted grain. It has already undergone roasting processes. Now it is cooled down and then it is milled to be drunk.
Para los que lo quieren molido, molido.
For those who want it ground, because many of our coffee customers call it in beans. It is packaged in beans. We have presentations of 250 grams, 500 grams and kilo. Let's go to the coffee plantation.
Nosotros aquí empezamos en el 2014 a sembrar por una necesidad.
We started planting here in 2014 to plant out of family necessity and to generate employment. It's not just coffee here. There are bananas, cassava and beans. There is a large part of what we eat. What are beans and the planting of beans helps what are the nematodes. It removes everything that are nematodes. And what is this shade? Ampia tequisque. There are bananas. That helps the summer. The shade gives a cover and then the irrigation is not used. The yucca is a tuber in the same way, which is food and helps the shadows. So they are friendly and sociable, and it is part of what generates us to survive as well, to help both the consumer and the bag itself. The variety we have is Arabica. It is Venecia.
Estamos por certificar orgánico. Este café es este primer año que va a cosechar.
We are about to certify the organic. This coffee crop is the first year it will be harvested, 3 years of planting. The other already has its time. It already has 4 years of being producing. Here, the idea of giving a good quality coffee is this as the soil has no chemicals. It is environmentally friendly. If you listen around here, there are many birds and monkeys. Well, all kinds of animal species. The idea of giving a good coffee, helping the soil, the environment, and if you are a part of the ecological part, we are in a certification process planting more. This generates a little bit of economy for the people, and it is very good quality to consume. It is not bad for anyone. Now we are adding a little bit of obata, which is a coffee that is resistant to rust and has a very good cup. We are perhaps not at the altitude that many indicate. Here we are at 720 meters above sea level, so let's say it is a regular coffee upwards. Although in my coffee it is good because of the work system that is organic. while a conventional coffee, if it were cultivated at this altitude, would not look so good, but this one competes almost with the big ones.
Como este es un café que está, digamos, en proceso orgánico.
And as this is a coffee that is, let's say, in an organic process, the yields are not equal to those of conventional coffee. This year there may be about 60 bushels of production in 1.5 hectares. But not all of this year's harvest. Here, a hectare of coffee, if it were conventional, would be 100 bushels. 80 to 100 bushels on average.
Clima, entonces cada 22 días hay que estarlo usando como togorañas para la limpieza y mantenerlo limpio. Y el clima no nos ayuda mucho.
Here, since it rains so much, we have to use motor hose every 22 days to clean and keep it clean. And the weather does not help us much. The weather is a factor. As you have seen, here it rains just the same. For production, we start harvesting in August and finish in February because the flowering is done in stages, so there is no stability in planting evenly. The compost must be cleaned and the root is not mistreated. While we take care of the plant, it remains clean. This is done manually. If we use a machete, we damage the stem of the plant.
Esta raíz, como ustedes la ven, son raíces muy fértiles. Y lo que hacemos es aterrarlas.
These roots, as you can see, are very fertile roots. And what we do is bury them. In the same way, we are going to cover them with these little bit of leaves so that the roots are covered. That is why the idea of the organic system is to clean with a scythe motorcycle and that the vegetation does not get underneath so that the root system is not destroyed.
Y que quede encima la vegetación, no meter por debajo para que no se destruya el sistema radical. Bueno, este fertilizante es hecho a base de la brosa de café. Se hace con compost.
Well, this fertilizer is made from coffee brushwood. It makes compost.
Esto es 100% orgánico. Todos los elementos, digamos.
It is 100% organic. All the elements, let's say minor, help oxygenation to the roots. This is a very good fertilizer because apart from the coffee sprouts, it has a little bit of honey, molasses,
y lombricompost, la orina de la lombriz.
And this worm compost, the urine of the earthworm, the red Californian worm, we are going to proceed to fertilize. Approximately 1 kilo per bush is applied. 1 kilo is equivalent to about 1 shovelful of fertilizer.
No, que digamos que están muy bonitas de cosecha para hacer casi sin tantos fertilizantes.
They are a very nice crop to make this almost without so many fertilizers. They are the most foliage of organic. Their fertilizers are nice production.
También cargadas. Esta es una planta de plátano, de ese que desayunamos.
Over here is this other plant. This is a banana plant. We had breakfast today. That tree is from Annona. It gives shade and very good fruit. This one is eaten by the zompopas here. There is the anthill next to it. As you can see, the leaf is very badly damaged. They eat it. They destroy the plants. In front you can see the others, where there is an even street. They normally look for the most tender, the bud.
A algunos se le cambia la tierra. Le echa tierra de un hormiguero a otro. Se salada.
Some of them change the soil. Pour soil from one anthill to another. Move it or pour white bread. White bread produces a poison for them. Let's say that the flour ferments and decomposes, and what it does is to remove them running. For a while, so as not to pour chemicals, another option is to apply soap powder at the entrance of the anthill. It damages them with soap, so they don't like it.
Respecto a los insecticidas, son productos naturales, orgánicos.
Regarding insecticides with natural organic products, we do not use any adherent. We have the gavilana. We have the blackwood that is here. We use the hot chili bell pepper and the red onion. We take a quantity and put it in the water and leave it for a week. For the curative fungicides, we use trichoderma, which is sold in Dr. Obregon's laboratory, or some producers make it. It is based on rice. These are fungi that are thrown away and eaten by the rust, so this is applied depending on the climate.
Digamos lo que es la roya. Entonces, eso se aplica dependiendo cómo estén los climas. Esto es roya, este punto amarillo que lo ven.
This is roya. This yellow spot that you see underneath is a famous roya. Here, one of the things that has harmed us over time. But we have the advantage that there is still almost no cochineal.
Ni, digamos, muchas enfermedades que se están dando al cambiar la variedad en estas otras.
Nor many diseases that are occurring. By changing the variety in these others, then, we will no longer have a problem and how it is organic.
El proceso de aquí se lleva el café maduro y se hace en la casa, se chanca, como lo llamamos nosotros. Una vez chancado se extiende una zaranda.
The process from here takes the ripe coffee and it is done in the house. It is chanca as we call it. Once it is soaked, it is spread out on a sieve with a plastic sheet and it is closed and let's say like a closed roof where the temperature reaches up to 80 degrees Celsius. And it is moved and once it is dry, it is stored in the warehouse. But it has to be left for a minimum of 2 months. Once it is very dry with a humidity of perhaps 15 to 20% maximum, because if it does not have enough humidity, let's say it is wet, then it will have a moldy flavor and the coffee will not be of good quality.
Este es un tueste medio. Vamos a hacerlo totalmente rústico, artesanal.
We are going to proceed to grind coffee. That is a means. We are going to do it totally rustic, handmade.
Estas máquinas se usaban anteriormente para moler maíz.
These machines were previously used to grind corn. Now we are using them to grind coffee. As you can see, the result is a very fine grind, so that the coffee has a better taste when it is drunk.
Ok, este chorreador es un chorreador de una madera que nosotros llamamos madero negro. Sirve para cercos, para artesones.
This dripper is a dripper made of a wood that we call blackwood. It is used for fences, for coffered ceilings. It is used as an insecticide, and now we are also using it as a dripper. We are going to make a system of vented or smoked dripper, that we call it. It is where we take the coffee. We have the coffee here, and we are going to pour it.
Vamos a echar el agua caliente dentro del cafecito. Él agarra un tornasol. Ese tornasol,
Now we are going to pour the hot water into the coffee. It takes a litmus. This litmus makes the coffee qualities move, and it takes a caramel color. The caramel color is the coffee honeys, the mucilage, which makes it very rich coffee to drink.
Tomarlo. Lo esperamos unos 20 segundos. Vamos a chorrearlo. Ya está listo para proceder a la degustación.
We wait about 20 seconds. We are going to drip it. It is ready to proceed with the tasting. Delicious. We hope you enjoyed the tour of our coffee plantation, a family project focused on making known to the world the best of Guanacaste coffee. We invite you to visit us and have a delicious cup of coffee here in Tilarán, Costa Rica, Pura Vida.